Would you like QuickBooks help you calculate your estimated income taxes? Well, in this video, you will learn how to make a profit and loss statement that includes only taxable income. If you have any questions about this topic, you can leave them in the comments section below and I'll do my best to help you. And of course, if you feel the video helped you, I hope you will click like and don't forget to subscribe to get updates on new videos that come out all the time. QuickBooks can help you estimate how much tax to send in. You can create a special income statement in QuickBooks that would only include your non-exempt includable income and only expenses that the IRS considers deductible. This profit and loss statement will never be perfect. You will never calculate your taxable income in QuickBooks exclusively, but it will help you estimate for your quarterly estimated income taxes. You see, the federal and state tax authorities only expect an estimate when you send in your quarterly federal tax payments with a voucher that looks very similar to this. For federal taxes, Form 1040-ES requires that you take the numeric results from your bookkeeping and follow the steps in the publication 1040-ES, to find how much estimated taxes you need to send in. The safest thing you can do if you are keeping accurate home finance bookkeeping records is to use the profit and loss for the specific fiscal quarter that you must send in the taxes. Set the dates in the profit and loss the same way that we learned in the previous video. Compare the net income for that month or quarter to the tax rate schedules that are included in the publication. And that's how you will know how much money to send in for estimated taxes. And if you do it that way, you will be safe and send in an amount that will keep you safe. But remember, you would only want to consider, for those calculations, taxable income. And taxable income is the result of two things: your includable items of income, which they call non-exempt income, which is only what you are required to include and report. The IRS makes clear by creating publications what kinds of income should or should not be included in your taxable income calculation. You also have to know your deductions. Again, the IRS makes clear by creating publications what kinds of expenses should or should not be deducted from your taxable income calculation. So you need to separate all your income and expenses into two types. The income should be split into non-exempt or exempt income, and the expenses should be split into either deductible or non-deductible income. In short, you either include the item in your tax calculation or you do not include the income and or expense item in your tax calculation. So, you need two separate profit and loss statements in order to accomplish this. One that has only tax return items that are includable on the return, and another income statement that includes everything, all income and expense items. Now you may well ask, what are classes? Well, classes are a way of tracking accounting information into helpful to manage categories. You must activate class tracking in the Account Settings window. Then you put in a list of classes for all the classes that you need. We only need two. The first class will be called non-exempt income slash deductible expenses, and the other class will be exempt income slash non-deductible expenses. And we will choose the class each time we record a transaction. Then we will open the profit and loss by class report, and that report, at least for the class in blue, non-exempt and deductible, that profit and loss by that particular class will give us a decent estimate of our taxable income for the year. So let's go ahead and add those classes. First, we have to activate class tracking in the account settings window. We click the cog wheel and we go over to Account and Settings. You must click the Advanced category and scroll to the section of Categories. And you see in the Category section there's Track Classes and Track Locations. Click the pencil tool to open it up, and this button here in the row of Track Classes, click on it and you will have activated class tracking. By the way, there is no difference between one entire transaction and one class in each row. I have experimented and there is no practical difference. We don't want QuickBooks Online to annoy us if we choose not to put a class in a transaction, so leave that blank. Click Save, and then in the bottom right of the Account Settings window, click Done. Now you will notice there are some things that have just been added to your QuickBooks Online. For example, if you click Reports and you go to Standard, you will now see in the Business Overview section another report added to this list, Profit and Loss by Class. Let's double click. Let's click the pull down and choose All Dates, Run Report, Save Customization. Let's leave the name Profit and Loss by Class and click Save. Now when we click Reports, Custom, we see that Profit and Loss by Class has been added to the Custom Reports section. You will also notice that QuickBooks Online added the class list to the list of lists in QuickBooks Online. If you click the cog wheel and go over to Lists, you will not see the class lists. But if you then click All Lists, you can see that classes have been added to the list of lists for you to put in your class list. Double click and you see the list window looks very similar to all the other list windows in QuickBooks Online. The name of the first class is non-exempt income slash deductible expenses. So we click New, non-exempt income, slash deductible expenses, and save. And now you can see that has been added to the list. Click New, and the other name is exempt income and non-deductible expenses. And then we click Save. And now we have our two classes, and we're ready to assign classes to each of the existing transactions. Now let's assign classes to the existing transactions. You would normally record the class at the moment you record the transactions. We must add a class to all prior transactions so the profit and loss by class will be clear. I will show you some, then I will pause the video and finish. You can pause the video as well, and we will compare reports. So let's imagine that only landscaping income is exempt and only vet bills are not deductible. Well, what would you do? Well, you would double click your regular profit and loss. Now watch, I'm going to open landscaping income and make everything exempt. Double click, and there are only 3 landscaping transactions, so it should only take a few seconds to make them exempt. Double click the first one, and now you see what QuickBooks Online did. It added a column for class in this transaction. Now, unfortunately, to see class, the scroll doesn't seem to work, so I think I have to make the window just wider. There it is. There's the scroll bar, class. Now again, click here where it's for class. Okay, it's not lined up right, but this is your list of classes, and this is exempt income. And we click Save and Close. And now we do the second one, double click. And now luckily the scroll bar is here, so we move to the right, click Class. This is exempt income, Save and Close. Let's do the third landscaping transaction, double click. Scroll to the right, click for Class. This is exempt income, Save and Close. Now, unfortunately, if you click the back arrow, you go back to the transaction. So you have to click Reports, Profit and Loss. You must do the same thing to bartending income, double click. But bartending income is non-deductible and includable income. Double click the first one, and then make this class the class that we include, non-exempt income, Save and Close. Double click the second one in bartending income. Scroll to the right. Click under class. This is non-exempt income, Save and Close. Double click the third one. Scroll to the right. Click class. Click the pull down arrow, non-exempt income, Save and Close. Now your income is all classified. Click Reports. And now you have to do the same thing in the profit and loss, but you have to do it with each expense. Now, vet bills are the only ones non-deductible. So I will show you vet bills, and I will start you with telephone expense, and you will put the rest in classes. Double click vet bills. Now, there's a bunch of them, so I'll only do a couple. But after you do the vet bills, you have to do all the other expenses, because all the other expenses are non-deductible. I double-click Dr. Kirk, the first one, and I choose class. Non-deductible is the name of it. Save and Close. Go to the next one, double-click, class, non-deductible. Save and Close. Now you should finish the rest. I'm going to pause the video, and I'll not only finish the rest of the vet bills, making them non-deductible, but I'm going to make all the other expenses deductible, and then I will show you the profit and loss by class. So when you're finished, you should click Reports, Profit and Loss by Class, and you should see in the exempt income and deductible expenses, exempt income and non-deductible expenses, these numbers mean nothing. The most important column is this column, non-exempt income and deductible expenses. This is income that you must include and expenses that you can deduct. So this would be an estimate of your taxable income before filing your taxes and filling out the forms, because it includes all of your income sources that you must include, and it only deducts expenses that you are allowed to deduct. So this would be the column that you would use to send in your estimated quarterly taxes.